Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are doing well. Today we're going to do a very quick unboxing. It is a very special watch. I think this watch represents as a part of the core Seiko DNA and how they're respecting the market by providing such a tremendous value at the right or the affordable cost. And today we're going to talk about Seiko 5. We're going to go through it very briefly. I'm going to talk about my first impression experiences of the watch, and then of course we'll cover it off throughout our journey. So as you see, this watch is purchased from a local idea, that is the Seiko boutique here, and I was very lucky to interact with the original owner of this watch. He is a hobbyist himself. He's actually has tremendous experiences in the photography industry, and as well as playing a critical role in a very high-end luxury watch brand. So very blessed, a very honor for me to interact with the owner of the watch, and hopefully we will have another chance to talk about the spirit and things we love. So today we have a very special watch here. As you know, you can probably see from the packaging of the logo that is the Seiko 5, but what kind of Seiko 5 would truly bring such a massive packaging? And of course we will lift this up, and you guys will know that straight away. It is a special, and of course this is the limited edition of the Bruce Lee. Now Seiko 5 has, I think, the most interesting catalog of watches, because it is definitely orientated at mass production and mass ownership in the marketplace, and at the same time they play a tremendous role in the overall structure of the Seiko brand, where you might think it is starting from the entry level, where you're looking at Seiko 5s and Prospects and Presages, and of course you have many higher ends of Seikos, not to mention the Grand Seikos. But at the same time, Seiko has put tremendous effort and value in the Seiko 5, where sometimes I just wonder, Seiko 5 as a brand, it can be independent because simply how much value and a uniqueness they are truly differentiate from that affordable market and segments. I mean, imagine a world without Seiko 5s. You might, that statements might sound meaningless for a new watch hobbyist that's coming to the hobby, because they will say there's a lot of cheap watches and affordable watches on AliExpress and in those Chinese non or sort of copycats and homages that is out there that costing a couple $100. But from a passion, spirit, and respect perspective, from everything in-house brand, and plays such a significant role in the horology of the modern society, with over 100 years of experiences in the watchmaking, and has still dedicated themselves to create values for people and the community, is truly cannot be understated. And I'm just quoting from the original owner, who's actually in the industry and has a critical role in playing a luxury watch brand. He says something along the line of, it is simply ridiculous and a no-brainer for a watch lover to spend, again, you're looking at retail price of this, I think probably 500 US, that is the 750 Aussie dollars here, local price. It is simply no-brainer and ridiculous for Seiko to produce such a watch with so much quality control and the standards, from whether you're looking at marketing, packaging, and how detailed of work that they invested into this project, and selling it at such an affordable price. He finds that simply outstanding, and the reason he's selling this is simply because he's allocating his watch collection strategically, and of course he's probably on the lookout to buy it back again. So thank you very much for the original owner for the opportunity, and we're gonna go through the Bruce Lee very quickly. And very nice box, guys, extremely lovely. You have a Bruce Lee here, limited edition. Now I'm sort of having a second thought whether I should keep it as a brand new, untouched. Pretty much I think he only wore the watch once in a shopping center, but of course he has much more higher-end watches than this. But again, that's not the point. We're loving the spirits of the watch community, because we get to experience different watches through our life journey, and we get to experience the true intent of the watchmaker and their journey. And that is the Bruce Lee I think this is the SRPK39. That's, I think, the model number I just want to show you what's in the package. We're going to go through them very quickly first. We have, I'm just going to slide this out. So the model number is, the Bruce Lee is, that's right, the SRPK39k1. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe there's no JDM version of it. I could be wrong. So this is in the international version. Of course, Bruce Lee is someone that garners huge respect with his, you know, a limited lifespan on this planet. I think he passed away at the age of 36 or 32. I could be wrong, but his legacy, his spirit is definitely still with us today. Not to mention there are countless brands out there, whether you're looking at again, I think Nikes and G-Shocks. This is what I heard from the original owner, that of course he's a massive Bruce Lee fan. I'm probably not an expertise in the Bruce Lee fan world, but I do understand how much respect and the work that he has truly changed the world of martial arts. And not to mention, back in his days, as a Chinese man, as you call this, as a Hong Kongese, he came from a very humble attitude of gratitude. And he's, if you ask me, in my opinion, whether there's, you know, a dozen or half a dozen of figures that truly change the perspective of a nation, of, you know, again, don't take that question politically. I'm simply saying, you know, 50, 60 years ago, we're truly living in a very different world. But he's one of those figures that truly changed the perspective of how Westerns look at any Asian countries or culture, because he has made such a tremendous attributes. You know, as a martial artist, as a philosopher, as a thinker, as an innovator. And of course, we can talk about that in a whole different topics here. But today, we're just going to talk about the first impression of the watch. Let's talk about things that we're familiar with. This is the SKX case design, about, I think, 42.5 millimeters in lug width and about 46 lug to lug distance. There's nothing to be said there as a special, but what can be said as a special is, first of all, it is a PDA, what do you call this? A black coated to a degree that you really feel this is done so well, so smooth. I'm just going to take this nail off. Of course, we're going to cover the band off just in a minute, but we're going to go through the watch case yourself. It is really well done, really smooth. Of course, people will argue that from a longevity perspective, a black coated case will have that scratch. If it does get scratched up, of course, that sort of, the white color will come off. Sorry, the black color will come off, and the case is not gonna look as nice. But again, I think, judging from my own experiences of wearing all Seikos and how tough they are, I really don't have a lot of problem with that, especially if I'm going to wear this watch, you know, with that maybe additional sense of care. I'm not going to trash this watch. Of course, this watch can be a perfect daily beater, but also at the same time, I want to give it all the respect that it deserves. From a dial perspective, I think the highlights, of course, is that engraved dragon. You know, there's a couple of things really speaks to me. Again, this is all about personal experiences. Number one, Bruce Lee was born a year of 1940, so as in the Chinese zodiac, he was born in the year of dragon. And of course, the zodiac, we have 12 zodiacs, figures, animals in the zodiac, and my dad was born 12 years after Bruce Lee in 1952. And when you look at the name, the Chinese name is Li Xiaolong. Li, of course, is his last name, and Xiaolong means a small dragon. And his name is actually very similar to my dad, which is Li Xiaojing. So that's sort of really give me that intrinsic fundamentals, I think, where when I look at watches, I think about myself and the stories. I think it's tremendous. And of course, I think the indices and the handsets is fantastic. Really mimic the tracksuit wear, the famously worn by Bruce Lee, of that black and yellow. It is a very special watch. And guys, back to what the original watch owner told me, that is just simply amazing and astonishing of the value that Seiko managed to squeeze into the Seiko 5, that where he said the only thing that stops this watch from selling at a couple grand is because Seiko 5. If Seiko designed a specifically different category of, you know, of watches that, you know, really carry the spirits of some of the legends that Seiko does, and of course in this case Bruce Lee, this watch will be valued a whole lot more. So that dragon, gosh, it's just what can you say? This watch has got so much history in its spirit that well, I get to talk about maybe in the long term relationship with the watch. And of course the bezel, I think, is tremendous, a talking point as well. In Chinese is from the 12 o'clock is 以无法为有法, and when you're looking at this 6 o'clock from here is 以无限为有限. What that means is, again, if you guys are looking at other reviews of this watch, you would have learned that is use no way as a way, and use take no limitation as a limitation. And that is, of course, philosophical in the way that I cannot really express my understanding of it, but on the surface value, it is a very deep saying. And I guess that is the additional design choices that I find absolutely fantastic on the watch. I'm loving what I see, because again, those values that I talked about, and when you turn this at the back, very good design of that yin yang. Of course, you have that saying again, take no as away and use no limitation as a limitation. You have water resistant 10 bars, of course, the normal stuff carrying a 436 with a day and date, I believe. And of course you can, of course, we know this is a 100 meters pull out crown, where the crown is blacking out again. If you, we're gonna go to the second position. You just want to handle this watch with a bit of additional care. That's why. But again, this watch has full 5 years warranty. If anything goes wrong, Seiko will back it up with their tremendous support. There you go. It was a day. And so interestingly, where because we have SKS in our collection. Every time we look at, we're familiar with the K shape, we try to screw it, but of course this is a push pull. Look how beautiful that ring on each indices and handset just plays significantly, so interestingly under the natural light. So again, I think the Highlights crystal is flat, but I think from a design choice, that is very well done. And lastly, I just want to put this aside, and we're going to talk quickly about the nylon strap. I think, of course, we know the spirits borrowed from the famous tracksuit with from the Bruce Lee movie, and we have a blackened hardware here. Really well designed, guys. Again, we have the leather strap. I doubt I will wear any one of those. I will try to put a Strap X Pro. I think they have a particular one designed for the SKS, which I currently have. I'm not sure whether that will fit. Probably I'll double check with Garen. But this is a beautiful leather strap with the, I think the Bruce Lee from the other side. Oh, no, sorry, not Bruce Lee, but the dragons you guys see here, okay? So again, guys, we have a special watch. Now, I forgot to talk about the price. I bought it at 550 AUD. I think that represents probably about 360-ish. You know, guys, if my subscribers, if you guys in the US, if you can grab this, anything between that 350 to 400 from a Seiko, I can't speak on your behalf, but if you are a Seiko collector, if your friends, if your childhoods have ever been influenced by Bruce Lee, if any of those specifics that I talk about attracts you as a watch lover, and if the watch attracts you aesthetically, in a design language, and you have access to, you know, buying one of those, again, this is pretty much new position, a new condition. I have to say I was really lucky to grab this. But if you can, like I said, between that 300 to 400, you're blessed. You should add this in. This is a very special watch. I cannot say, of course, the watch will go up in value. If this watch go up in value, it's simply because there is a limited supply of this. I think up to 15,000. But from a demand perspective, as we know, the Seiko will last, will stay relevant. Seiko 5s will stay relevant. Bruce Lee, his spirit and philosophical thinkings will stay relevant. So this watch will have his relevant position in the many years to come. Of course, I know Seiko 5, Bruce Lee probably had more than one Seikos back in the days. but the true, of course, relatively, the Seiko watch that he wore was I think Seiko 5's Chronos, and hopefully, of course, you know, Seiko will always have the option to go back to his history books, and bring some of the old legends back to the lineup. So today, that's it, guys. Really feel pleased and honored to talk about this watch, and I think it's been an amazing journey so far. Of course, really lucky to meet with the original watch, the original owner of the watch, and no doubt, I'm really looking forward to build that long-term relationship with this watch. And of course, you guys will see this watch very often. All right, guys, that's it. Oh, I forgot to do a wrist shot, guys. Sorry, I just excuse me. So I still have the Willets on my wrist today. This is on a beautiful aviator military-inspired vintage strap from Havison. It has been a tremendous experience with them as well. I'll be pleased to talk about my experience in the launch review of Havison strap and the brand. But let's finish today's video with a Bruce Lee. Wow. You guys ready? There you go. I think, guys, here's the thing. You know SKXs. You have plenty of opportunity experiencing them, knowing them. But when it's coupled with the spirit and design choices like this, I don't want to say Seikos are genius at what they do, but surely they are on the right track of that value, you know, really about not playing the game of 10 years. Seiko, guys, the Seiko 5, just keep doing what you're doing. Stay true to who you are and your DNA. You have provided us great value. Don't listen to the naysayers. Don't think about how you're going to crank that ceramic bezel and sapphire crystal and all that. Don't forget about those stuff. Put that value into your thinking and design and inspiration from the stories that have been happening and will continue to happen in the mankind, okay? Now, with that out of the way, I hope you guys have a great day no matter where you are. And Bruce Lee, peace out. Bye, guys.